Alright. Valuable lessons here with the new playtest slash devlog for another game I am working on. This one is codenamed Wonderland. I've kind of finished the Trouble in the Wild Wild West game. The other game I'm working on the 3D one. I'm kind of just taking that one slow. That one's it's a little more difficult to do 3D. I want to do something 2D first that's mildly successful. Like, let's get some plays. I got a little bit of plays. I got my game on Newgrounds. It passed the voting process, so that was nice. Maybe I'll have a link in the description or something, and maybe I'll do another video that kind of goes over um, some more of the voting for that game in a future video, perhaps. Let's look at this game. This game, I'm keeping it simple with artwork. Way I can focus on the actual game design and the level design because I'm always having an issue where okay, so I changed something with the game design, I'm having to go back and change all the art for everything and flyers and everything just because of one thing with the gameplay that's changing. Every time I want to add something new with the gameplay, it's like having to redo all the art. So I'm keeping it simple with art for this one. If I do have art for this game, I will put it in at the very last. But I'm trying to make the colors look good. So we'll start with the little play test, or maybe I'll show you the scripts I've got for this. Read this first scene here, and then I'll show you the scripts. I'll show you what I've got cooking here. So yeah, little ball, some rotating things. You're not supposed to be able to stick to walls like that. I gotta fix that. But that'll be an easy fix. Gotta jump. It's supposed to be a simple platforming game. I want to add more features in later. But you go, you get this crystal, you move on to the next level. This one side scrolling. So pretty simple stuff. I wanted to turn down the difficulty a little bit for my previous games. That way the game is more accessible, but still have some level of difficulty like here. Um, you have to navigate this. Everything has to be timed kind of right. I'm pretty decent at it, but it's actually kind of challenging. Let me show you what I've got with the scripts going on. Um, Player movement script, pretty simple. Oh, I haven't added the coyote timer jump buffer yet. That's something I have to do. But I have acceleration, move speed, deceleration, jump force, um, ground check radius, ground check offset, ground layer, rotation speed, your death threshold if you go off the screen. Um, Pretty simple stuff. I kind of have the AI do a lot of this or help me with this. Just because I'm still haven't got it all down yet. But it's doing a player controller script is actually really, really simple. This one is even a little fancy how it has the angular damping and stuff. But that was me trying to get the slopes to work, I think. I don't know if I ever really did get the slopes to work. This is for the destroy enemy. I'll kind of show you how that works. The ground pounding. Um, the jump. Basically, how this works is So it gets your left or right keys, and then it target speed equals your acceleration or your input times your max move speed. It's your target speed. Your acceleration is factored in, moves a value towards its current target. Moves your current speed. So this accelerates your current speed towards your target speed using your acceleration times the time times the game time, which is the delta time. Um, or else it uses your deceleration if you're not moving. So that's how that works. Really simple, actually. It may look complicated, but it's very, very, very simple. Linear velocity, current speed, rigid body. Um, this is a collision. You collide with that, the scene gets reloaded. The scene transition triggers, loads the next scene. Have it load any scene we want. Um, camera follow script. This is pretty simple script. Shot settings for boundaries. Moving obstacle script. This is another very simple script. We have a target position, a waypoint, moves towards from the current position to the target position at a certain speed. Um, which is set to the game time. That one is no load. This is loaded again. Frame rate, that way. That's for frame rate reasons. Uh, get the gizmos. And it's all basically the same. And then the enemies, I'll show you the enemies and everything. Let me get back to the game. Let me show you this whole game here. My end goal for this is to add all kinds of little features, speed traps and areas that slow you down and different kinds of enemies and different kinds of attacks and hopefully maybe like some kind of like Metroidvania style like Kirby and the Magic Mirror where there's different levels or there's like a hub that maybe takes you to different worlds or something that has different levels that you explore or something or the other. I don't know. Um, it's really just kind of like a prototype almost. Uh, because I want to do like a legitimate platformer game, but we'll see where this goes. Uh, ooh, I nailed that pretty nicely. Ooh, and then I want to do something with the way that you slide up the slopes. One of my end goals is to get the slopes working in the physics. All I know is that slopes is a pain in the arse. I know this just from watching videos about slopes and just taking 2 seconds to try to get it working myself and having no success at all. So there'll definitely that will be something down the line, hopefully, that I can get working. So that way you can roll up and down slopes. I'm sure there's a way to do it, and I'm not that hard, but um, that I want it to be partly a physics game. I want it to be partly a physics game. That you're that your slopes is a part of that. That you're like an actual rolling ball. So I think that would be fun. One of my favorite games when I was younger was Cran Visits Deluxe. Um, and the art style here is kind of reminiscent of that sense. In the nice beige colors, the nice, easygoing colors. And I wish there were more games like Grand Physics Deluxe. It was just an excellent platforming game. And all the physics platformers of that era were just really excellent. Oh, this is a hard part. Whoa, oh, down through it. Oh, but I forgot to add. So what you have to do is you have to actually go and add the scenes to the build. So that was scene one. So now I have to add scene two. And that's this scene, which is the final level that I'm working on, I think. Yeah. It says the enemies. Take your ground pound. I just added this. And what I wanted to show you guys was this level. I think because I did something nice with the level design that's a little fun. I want to add a timer into this game, so that way it's for going to be like a speed running game because you move quite fast, and your top speed, if you just look real quickly, actual way this character handles this player controller, I think is so far the best I've gotten a player controller to handle since I started in my programming adventure these last few months, several months. This feels the most fluid, very fast. You don't jump super high, but it's okay because you have a double jump, so it gives you a little more coordination too. With your jump, you have to actually pick when you jump. You move fast, but not too fast that you're just slipping and sliding everywhere and you can't control yourself. Um, and you have the ground pound attack, which I was wondering how I was going to do an attack for this ball game for this character because I didn't want to do any animations or anything like animated attacks. So I came up with this. I was going to do a dash attack at first, but this just felt better, more fluid and it's very responsive. Um, okay, and oh, it's the end of the level there. I want short levels. I don't want to put in checkpoints. I just want short levels. So anytime I get to a point where it's like, oh, here's where I put in a checkpoint, just say it's the end of the level. Move on to that. That way it gives the player a sense of completion. Um, because I know for a fact that this game is going to be a lot harder for other people than it is for me. Anytime I have someone play test my game, they always complain about how difficult it is. And it always ends up being more difficult for other people than it is for me. So having that sense of completion, I think, is important in a game. You want them to feel like they won the game. I saw that in a video. Sid Meier's talking about the winner's paradox. How you never win in anything except for video games. You always win in a video game. Uh, you never. Oh, but in real life, you know, there's only one winner in something. That's why they're winning. So, but it's a funny thing. It's a funny video. Look up the Sid Meier's GDC um, video. He talks about the winner's paradox. He's a funny guy. He's a really charismatic guy, real intelligent. Um, all those guys will write. Sid Meier's. They all make me want to make video games just because how smart, intelligent, charismatic, funny these guys are. Um, whoa. See, I want to do more physics-based challenges in this game. It's just going to be a pain in that program, but it will be fun. I think challenge will be a fun challenge. Hopefully, take my programming steps to the next level. And I'm gonna keep this video going until I actually beat this level. Uh, and then I'll finish this devlog, so we'll see how long that takes. The goal of this game is replay. It's fun. You know, it's, I'm always having trouble thinking of, well, the game's got to be fun. It's got to be unique. It's got to uh, it's got to have a lot of things to it, so that way it stands out just a little bit. So I'm focusing heavy on gameplay and design. And a lot of this is just kind of like just blindly going by random, but I feel like with every level, I'm getting a little better, a little neater with the design. And oh. And it's really about trying to be clever with with the design elements and using them in ways that the player has to figure out how like this spinning thing you have to go when it goes completely flat. It's a simple thing, but this player has to figure out how it works. You have to give them, and then you want it all to be so fluid that hopefully with a timer set up, and then this is like a time-based game, you'll have speedrunners that try to figure out the best way to get the best time in the game. Um, and the level design will kind of complete that. And then up through here, and then boom, so the level's over. That's what I have so far. This game, Wonderland. It's a work in progress. I intend to continue working on this game, and probably put my other projects on hiatus while I really develop as much time and patience into creating a working prototype of this game as I can, um, and fitting as much gameplay elements and levels and stuff as I can into this game, and making it as playable as possible. So hopefully I'll keep you guys updated. Valuable essence here. If you want to see more videos, you know, um, go ahead and give it a like. Give it a like button, and like the video. If you want to see more videos, subscribe. Nothing's stopping you. It's a free country. All right, valuable essence out.